you're a 200-pound guy, you need to be eating 2,500 calories a day to enter a deficit, and you need to do this Monday through Sunday for the next 6 months. Look, they never say 6 months, for the next half a day, and you will drop a bunch of weight. And it's just like, how do you know that? Simon Miller here, and you hate me straight away because I'm wearing a stupid vest and it's Gymshark, but look, it's really hot in the UK today, and I'm under all these bright lights because like a moron I do this in front of a green screen, and I don't want to sweat. What kind of person would I be? But what I do want to talk to you about today is calories. Calories are the most important thing in the world when it comes to lifting weights. Not true, but it's something you're going to hear time and time again, and you hear macros and proteins and fats, and after a while you just want to get a gun and blow your own brains out because you're so bored of hearing just like literally. There is 72,000 things, apparently, you can do when it comes to calories. And some people tell you, we've talked about this before, oh, you can get abs in a week if you do this with calories, or your biceps will grow if you do this with calories, or you want to be a big muscly jack guy, you got to do this with calories. And that is what I mean by the title of today's video, because I get asked all the time, Simon, how many calories do you eat? What do you do here? What do you do there? And ultimately, it doesn't matter. It's absolutely irrelevant because calories are going to be completely different for different people. And what I mean when I say your calories are probably wrong is that 9 out of 10 diets today preach you've got to have 3,142 calories Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday. You can't take in anything less. You can't take in anything more. If you don't do this, your biceps going to fall off. If you don't do that, your back will just grow a pair of wings and disappear. And you'll be like, they're not the kind of wings that I wanted. It's just not how the body works. It's not how the body works. And I feel like sometimes we focus too much on it. Now, of course, you need to figure out what your maintenance calories are and what you need if you want to enter a surplus and what you want to need if you're going to enter a deficit. But you do not need to do that every single day. Consistency and moderation is key. So if you look over the past, let's say 28 days, an average month kind of cycle, or 30 days, if you look over that and you know that 75% of the time you're eating your calories, that's great. And you can then probably look at yourself and weigh out the options. Do I look good? Do I look better? Have I put on weight? How am I feeling about myself in my head, which is another massive important thing. But today's Friday, right? You don't have to get to Friday and go, I've got to get in my 3,242 calories today, or whatever the hell it was. And if you don't do that, expect to see some kind of horrendous outcome because of it. It's just not true, because maybe you walked more today. Maybe you did an extra little bit of cardio. Maybe you didn't do cardio at all because you didn't fancy it. Maybe your workout wasn't as good. You have no idea the kind of situation your body is going to be in every given day. And outside of that, look, if you want to be that regimented all the time, then more power to you. I hold my hands up and say, you're a badass. You're far more badass than me. But I just think if you do that, eventually I'm not saying you're going to snap, but you're probably going to get sick of it. And the big takeaway when it comes to health and fitness and lifting weights is something you can do every single day that is manageable, that is palpable, and that works within your lifestyle. Again, let's say that I eat around about 3,300 calories a day, right? So let's say that I say you've got to do that, and I say, but you've got to eat it at 8, 10, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8. And you go, well, I can't, Simon, because I need to work from 12 till 8. And I go, well, tough, if you don't need it. No, nonsense. Okay, in that case, you figure out when your breaks are going to be. Do you need to substitute in a protein bar because you can eat that when you're out at work on the floor, or whatever it is that you may do? Does it mean you're going to have a bigger breakfast? Does it mean you're going to have a lighter lunch? Does it mean you're going to have a massive dinner? You know, there are certain things that you can take away from this that are going to give you that 1 to 2% edge. For example, if you're eating 2 to 3 hours, it's probably going to make your metabolism better, same as most things in life. The more you use it, the more efficient they'll likely be. But if that doesn't work for you, it doesn't mean that you can't get in shape. It doesn't mean that you can't hit your goals. It doesn't mean that your target is going to be impossible. It just means you take that for what it is and you go, okay, what do I need to eat? What do I need to get? And so on and so forth. So again, this is mostly from me just watching other people's fitness videos, which is what I do now, and I find them interesting and fun. And look, if you get something from them, that's cool. I'm not here to rag on anybody. But the thing that always gets me is people put out sample diets, and they say, if you're a 200-pound guy, you need to be eating 2,500 calories a day to enter a deficit, and you need to do this Monday through Sunday for the next 6 months. Look, they never say 6 months, for the next half a day, and you will drop a bunch of weight. And it's just like, how do you know that? You don't even know these people. It's not even like one-to-one coaching. You're just throwing out information and hoping. And I guess, again, it's the, what's the word? The law of averages. because these people are doing really well. So who am I? They're doing better than me, which makes me the asshole, really. But if you have 1 million people watching your video and everybody tries it, you've got at least a third will probably get some benefit from it. But then again, you don't know where they're coming from. Maybe they were eating burgers and cheesecakes and ice cream and chips and fries and crisps. If all of a sudden they take on this 2,500 calorie diet that's filled with, just a better balanced way to eat, of course you're going to lose weight. It could even be as simple as you don't change anything aside from you do cardio in the morning, and then you've burnt calories. And therefore, if you keep eating, again, if you are McDonald's, KFC, Burger King guy, and you never do any cardio, and then you have cardio, yes, you are doing better than you were a week ago. That's the first tip I say to anyone. People ask me, Miller, what is the best thing to do when I start lifting weight, start wanting to lose weight? I go, do cardio. Don't even worry about your diet at first. I mean, you're going to have to eventually. But if you want to ease yourself into, in the simplest way possible, just do 20 minutes of cardio a day. That's it. Even if you just do 10 push-ups a day, if you do 10 push-ups a day on a Monday, you are better than Sunday. On Tuesday, you do 10 push-ups and 10 minutes run or walk or whatever. You see what it is? And then it's incremental changes when you can find out how your body's going to react. I have been doing this. I'm not trying to say that I know more than anybody. I don't. I'm probably an absolute moron when it comes to it. But from my own experiences, and I've been doing this for around about 20 years, it wasn't until I've been doing it for a decade before I started figuring out what my body wanted, or before I saw massive changes, which is the other problem with all these videos and the calorie things. They're all designed to get things done yesterday. That's not how it works. That's why you've got to find out what works for you and what you enjoy. And what makes you feel good. Because if you enjoy it and you feel good, you don't wake up and go, oh, I got to eat all this crap today. No, you wake up and you go, oh my gosh, how amazing is this? I've got all this cool stuff I can do today, plus I can eat foods that I like and get in shape and feel great within myself. That's the key. That really, really, really is the key. So you can try fad diets. I don't want to call them fad diets. You can try whatever you want. People will be saying, what about keto? What about intermittent fasting? Yes, they work. I'm a massive wrestling fan, right? Triple H does keto. Look at him. Ryback does intermittent fasting. Look at him. But they have no doubt trialed and errored all of this to try and figure out what works for them. And I do not believe that there is a one-stop shop. And that's the same with calories. There is not a one-stop shop. You can do the equation to kind of figure out what your macros and calories should be, but you need to track those over a 6 to 8 week period, if not longer, and then assess yourself, which is why it's good to get a coach, because assessing yourself is the hardest thing in the world. I don't coach. I'd be rubbish at it. But you should get a coach if you can afford it and you think it will work. Because again, it's hard to be critical. It's so easy to be critical of yourself. It's much easier if somebody else can do that. So don't worry. I mean, you have to worry about calories. Of course you do. But don't worry. Don't watch these videos. Well, you can do whatever you want. But these videos where people say, this is what you can do. It's unlikely you're going to get in the shape you want in 2 weeks just because you, again, put some numbers together and got to 2,200 calories. Like, genuinely. Give it a go. I've made plenty of mistakes in my bodybuilding / gym life, whatever word we're using these days, fitness workouts, so many. And that's the only way that I learned, which is why failing and muffing up is great as long as you take that experience and reap the benefits down the line. Right, that's enough of a rant for a Friday. Thank you so much for watching again. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you want me to talk about. I just like talking about fitness, but I want to try and make it useful to you guys as well. Please do hit the subscribe button. That's everything on YouTube, as is the like button. Just hit the like button. Just do it. It costs nothing. It's free. So is the subscribe button, and there'll be another video on here. Just click it. Even if you don't want to watch it, click it and go do something else. YouTube loves that. It loves watch time. I also have a Patreon, patreon.com/Simon316, because I earn no money from YouTube, just being honest, just being transparent, but you do whatever you need to do. And I'll talk to you again soon.